Welcome back to Ranked to Recommended. I'm Barrie Buckner, CEO of GTMA and EvernodeAI. In the last lesson, we introduced the search pyramid and one simple principle. AI search didn't replace SEO, it built on top of it. Now it's time to unpack the first of those tactics. We'll begin with Conversational Search Optimization, or CSO. But before we define it, let's answer another question. How does AI understand the way people naturally communicate? For years, marketers were trained to think in keywords. What phrase do I want to rank for? How many times should I use it? Where should I place it on the page? That worked because traditional search engines were matching words. AI works differently. It doesn't start by looking for keywords. It starts by understanding conversations. Think back to the story we looked at in Lesson 1. When we asked Gemini to describe Google's ideal apartment search experience, something interesting happened. It didn't simply answer the question, it asked follow-up questions. It remembered context. It refined its recommendations as the conversation evolved. That wasn't an accident. That's exactly how AI search is designed to work. Now take a look at this slide. You'll notice the term natural language processing, or NLP. It sounds technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Natural language processing is AI's ability to understand the way people naturally communicate. Not just words they use, but what they actually mean. It understands intent, it understands context, and it remembers what has already been said so the conversation can continue naturally. Now look at another phrase on this slide. Robot keywords. I love this phrase because it perfectly describes how so much marketing content used to be written. For years, we repeated keywords because that's how search engines understood content. But today, AI is evaluating something completely different. Not, did you repeat the keyword enough? But does this sound like something a real person would actually say? Now that's a completely different way of thinking. Instead of asking yourself, what keyword do I want to rank for? Start asking, how would someone naturally ask AI this question? That one shift changes everything. It changes your website copy, it changes your blogs, it changes your FAQ pages, it changes your social media, because you're no longer writing for search engines, you're communicating the way your customers actually speak. Now let's connect this back to the search pyramid. SEO helps search engines understand your business. AIO is the strategy for strengthening your digital DNA. CSO is one of the tactics that strengthens your digital DNA by helping AI understand the way people naturally communicate with and about your business. So if there's one thing I want you to remember from this lesson, it's this. AI doesn't think in keywords. It thinks in conversations. In the next lesson, we'll build on that idea by looking at generative engine optimization, or GEO, and why the businesses that win in AI search won't simply publish more content. They'll become the trusted source AI chooses to reference. Okay, folks, I'll catch you on the next one.